Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nightmare Podcast. This is episode 69, and I am joined this week by Steven.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Hello. So we are going to be talking about House 2.
Yes.
This was Steven's pick.
Yes. This is one of my all-time favorite, good feeling movies. You know, even though it's not like full-blown gory horror, it's still just great.
Well, this will be an interesting conversation because it's not one of my favorites. So, yay.
Uh-oh. All right, I want to hear Kristy's criticisms. Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, let's give a little backstory on it. So, House 2, the second story, came out in 1987. If you would like to watch it, I watched it on Shudder, but it's also on Tubi as well.
Yes, on Tubi, and surprisingly available. I mean, the Arrow copy is available. We have it. I know, any local place should have it. It's popular.
Yes. We don't have any visuals. I don't own the movie. I own 1 and 3, but I don't own part 2.
We have it on the floor.
We do, don't we? I forgot to grab it.
No.
Sorry, but we
guys.
Do carry it here.
Yes, we do have
to grab it. But it is in stock online and in store, though. Mm-hmm. And then, have you seen the others?
I have not. I really only seen the first 2 because they were so popular. I guess They were poster movies,
Right.
So growing up in a VHS store and stuff, there was stuff that Mom watched. But when it come to horror show and the fourth one, I didn't know they had them until more recently, and I was like, really? Wow. Yeah. There's more to it. And then, the box sets come out and everything, and I don't have an international player, so I can't take advantage of that.
Well, part 3 doesn't have anything to do with the house at all. It's more a psychological slasher type movie. Yeah. And then part 4 does kind of go back to part 1, though.
Yeah, we get William
Roger Cobb.
Again,
yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like his family, his family or something going to go move into the house, or maybe his daughter or something like that. I can't remember what it was. I think I've only watched that one time.
Do we get the house that's from the first movie?
I can't remember.
I
can't remember, cool, to be honest with you.
I understand budget constraints, too.
Right. That would be cool, but I cannot remember. I know I've watched it once, but obviously it's not very memorable. So.
Oh, and that's it. I think I've watched the third one here in the store while it's been on, but that
decent.
Doesn't mean I actually watched it.
I like it. Or you can just call it the horror show. I mean,
just skip over the house title altogether.
But, yeah, it's good, though, too. But today we're talking about House 2, the second story. It is PG-13. The first one was rated R.
Yes, perfect for a 9-year-old. I mean,
it
really is.
This is a good little okay, so I don't call it horror. I don't think it's horror. The only scary thing possibly would be Slim. He's a little scary, maybe.
Yeah, Slim, and maybe some of the the horse. What is it? What do they call that? Oh, I'm completely blanking. The stop motion animation horses, kind of creepy.
Oh yeah.
From a kid perspective,
right? But it is, it's family friendly though. There's nothing else going on in the movie that
I would call it an introduction to horror.
Yeah.
If you've got kids and you want them to get into something that isn't new or isn't Scream or Halloween, House 2 is a very good introduction to campy 80s fun.
It's very campy
ish horror.
I call it more of just a fantasy comedy type thing. It's a little, it's got a little elements of never ending story and little elements like the creatures and all that is what I'm kind of talking about. And then the whole fantasy thing, and then the skull thing kind of reminds me of Indiana Jones, really, in a way.
Yes, it's very much like an Indiana Jones horror-ish kind of story, but I mean,
type of fantasy, different realms, different universes.
Yeah, going through the wall and you're totally in another dimension,
right? Which they did. So they say it doesn't connect to part 1 at all, which it doesn't. But it does kind of with that. And then you can kind of think the Slim character is kind of like the Big Ben character in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the main antagonist. Yeah.
And with House, like the first one, the Big Ben character kind of was scary to me when I was a kid. And not the rest of the movie, but just that character.
Even the the supermodel turned goblin thing or whatever in House.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yes. But as a kid, that's kind of a creepy thing, and it's even the first House is kind of a little harder of an introduction. But I would show them in reverse order if I had kids. Check out House 2 and have a good laugh, and then I'm gonna creep you out a little bit with House 1 before bed.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Although when I was a kid, it was vice versa, but yeah.
Well, same here.
I had House recorded, so I watched that movie a lot. And I remember House 2 coming on HBO a lot. Both of them did, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge fan of House 2. It's okay. I mean, I don't hate it, and I wouldn't hate on it or shit on it or anything. I wouldn't do that. And when I say I have watched it several times, or I've put it on for background noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good background movie.
Yeah, it is. But
so what's Kristy's criticism?
I have positives and negatives. I actually wrote notes.
You made a note.
I made notes. First off, I do think the movie is, and I have always thought this, even when I was a kid, I've always thought the movie was a bit boring. It just didn't excite me as much as the first movie did.
I mean, it's almost a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, and just the whole story is just
sometimes.
We were just talking about this right before we started, but the whole story is like you got pterodactyls and dinosaurs, and then you have Western stuff, and then like sacrifices and barbarians, and I mean there's all kinds, and then a catter puppy,
which is adorable.
He's adorable, but
and somebody needs to make Trick or Treat Studios. You need to make this thing. Just do it.
I would have that in my collection. That is cute, but. There's so much going on, and I don't know. It's a bit much.
It's like when Uncle Jesse comes, when they pull Uncle Jesse out of the grave, it's a little horror, and then it jumps comedy, and then you get the little bit of cowboy, Aztec-y, party, 80s mix, and
it is very 80s.
Oh, yes.
And this is also a good thing, too, which I don't think a lot of people realize. And I was like, you know what? Oh, duh. But it's set on Halloween. They have a Halloween party. Yeah. So this is a good movie to watch on Halloween.
Absolutely.
I just never really thought about that until I watched it last night, to be honest with you.
That same thing. I was watching it and I was like,
but it's on Halloween. They have a huge Halloween party. And the costumes and everybody's wearing is interesting to look at and see what everybody's dressed up as.
And that's it. Yes, it's very 80s. And you get a nice kind of a skinny Kane Hodder.
You do. He is in the gorilla suit. I wrote that down. Kane Hodder in the gorilla suit.
The barbarian is so big, he makes Kane look like this tiny little guy, and then he just kind of pushes him over the fucking
cliff. He punches him in the face.
Oh, yeah, and he goes right over
the staircase there. So you will see Kane Hodder briefly in the gorilla suit in the Halloween party.
Yep, it's very fun.
So that's fun. That's a fun little
cameo. Overall, I mean, I enjoy the actors in it. I wish Jonathan Stark had done more than that in Fright Night.
See, I'm the opposite.
You don't like him? Charlie was annoying. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, I wrote this down. Can I tell you?
No, go ahead.
Characters are annoying. I don't like any of the characters in this. And
they're very stereotypical.
They're just all annoying.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know. And I'm not a big fan of Bill Maher or really any of the actors in this movie, except, and I wrote this down too. I love Lar Park Lincoln.
Lar Park, of course.
It was nice to see her. She's in Friday 7.
Yeah.
I like her, but then she leaves in the middle of the movie. And then
it's kind of a weird.
The other lady
exit.
What is the other lady? What is her name? The actress? Oh my gosh, the redhead. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Yasmin Bleeth.
No. That's not her name.
No, not Yasmin. Amy Yazbek.
Yes, that. And
That's
yes,
it.
but
I'm
yes.
thinking of.
I like her as well.
I
She
can
was the
understand
mom
why.
in Problem Child. Remember Problem Child?
Yes, and she was
the
in
wife
Wings.
Yeah,
and-
I like her. So I liked them two. As far as character and actors go, but I just never really cared for anybody else in this movie.
So you didn't like Grandpa?
No.
Oh.
I like no. I like Grandpa.
Okay.
No, I wrote that down too.
Yeah,
Grandpa, I wrote down Grandpa is really cool and he's funny. I like
Yes.
Grandpa. That's another positive.
Royal Dano did a really good job, and that's I'm not super familiar with Royal Dano outside of the little bit of Killer Clowns.
Ghoulies
and this.
too.
See, I didn't even know that.
He was in Ghoulies too. Yeah,
I need
I
to
like
pay attention
him.
more.
I'm sorry, I do like him.
Oh yeah,
I
Royal
like
is fantastic.
him as an actor, and I like Grandpa.
Yes. Okay. Good.
That's probably my favorite thing of the whole movie. And I like
It's
Slim.
Grandpa. And yeah, Slim. Well, the makeup looked good on
The
Slim.
makeup looked great.
And they had Frank Welker, who does Dr. Claw and like Megatron. He does so many voices for animation, but he did basically his Dr. Claw voice for Slim.
Okay, so I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes.
Fun fact.
Yep. And I Frank may do Winnie the Pooh as well. But no, it's really good kids movie. It's
in every all age.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of a movie
very
in a
good,
way.
family
Yeah.
friendly. What little horror-esque in it isn't scary enough to scare off like kids or anything. Or, I mean, Grandma can sit and watch this and probably enjoy it because she remembers when it come out back in the day.
I think there might have been one little frisky moment between the two, the husband and wife, for a second, but nothing showing.
Yeah,
or
oh no,
anything,
nothing
though.
at all. Nothing that jumps out or anything like that. I mean, you get a drunk maid in a closet a couple times.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Right. I was thinking Clue. I don't know why I was thinking Clue with her. I don't know. That's
yes,
where my mind
very.
went.
But no, overall, I enjoy the movie, but it was one that I enjoyed a lot as a kid. So I just have that youthful enthusiasm about it. But I totally see your criticisms about it.
I see, as a kid, I just hated it, but I think that's because I was a big fan of House. And I don't know. I did not like it. Now
Didn't give you what you wanted.
I did not like it at all. Now, being an adult, I do like a little better. Like, it's tolerable to me now. I can watch it, or listen to it. It's just not one of my favorites, though.
Yeah, it's not something you're going to pop in and
no,
go,
and again, I don't own it, and if it's a really good movie and I love it, I'm going to own it, and I don't own it. But now I think I really need to own it just because I have 1 and 3, so I just need that movie.
I think the box set, a new box set is coming out with 1 through 4.
It could be.
So I would keep an eye out for that if you want a box set, or you can
the
just
whole
fill
thing.
in.
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind having part 4 either. Might as well just have the whole series, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. What else? I think that's about all I wrote down. Oh, the house, though, in this movie was really cool looking.
Oh, yeah. Because you got the old Western style nice house with the random Aztec pillars in it. And
it was just cool looking outside and inside.
I'll say, and the house itself, I don't know if I'm sure that is a set piece that they just built for it, but the actual house that they showed for exterior is beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. It's
I think it's in Pasadena or lower LA somewhere.
So I think there was like a one shot of it was from a college, like a fraternity type house at a college, and then one shot was like some type of mansion there in California or something.
Yeah, the stone house.
I think that's what I read on IMDb, I believe.
Yeah, I know you can dig around on Google and find the location. Yeah. It's not really hidden. I think it's gated off and everything. It's a museum or administrative building, something of that sort.
It's really
but
cool,
you can
though.
find it.
Yeah. So, out of rating it, what do you give it as a rate?
I'm not going to give it a 10 of 10 because it isn't perfect, but I will give it a pretty high, like 9. But that's, once again, it's just one from being a kid. I love it. I love the cover. It just brings back good memories. So,
which is close. Like, you're wearing your house shirt. I didn't wear my house shirt. I don't have a House 2 shirt.
I don't either.
But the House 2 is similar.
Yeah, you still get the hand with the key.
Yeah.
But you get the the font change and everything.
Well, I give it a 5. I'm just going to give it a mediocre, just right in the middle, 5 for me. That's just me.
No, that's fair.
I think, so this is my take on it. I feel like I would have liked the movie and the story better if they would have only went with Grandpa and Slim.
And trimmed it down.
With the skull. Just that story.
Yeah, I could watch more of that.
And make it a little more Western-ish. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
And cut out the dinosaurs and cut out all the other little characters. Even though, yes, the Cater puppy is cute.
Yes.
But
it's just...
It doesn't. It's just
it
like
doesn't add
it's
to
just
the
so
plot
random.
in any way. So
it's
whatsoever.
So random. So if we would have went with like a whole story that was based around them two and their little tiff with the skull, I probably would have liked it better.
Yeah,
and I think it could have been made a little more scarier because again, Slim is a little scary, and Grandpa can be scary.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, I mean, he's funny, but he can be scary.
When they first pull him out and he's got the mask on, you know, I guess it's an Aztec death mask or something. You're like, oh wow, this is, you know, this might be something here. And then it's Grandpa.
That's Grandpa. And he's funny, and which is fine. I like him too.
Oh yeah,
being funny, but
it does. It was very much like a choice was made to go family friendly somewhere in this, and they went, you know, maybe during the writing process, or I'm not sure what Sean and them were thinking when they made this, but it does seem like they went, okay, let's pull in a younger audience.
Yeah,
you know, we've hacked up people, we've done this and that. I mean, I'm assuming they've probably done little bits of other comedy or whatever before, but
maybe it was just to showcase all of the, you know, the stop motion and the special effects and all that. Maybe it's just something just to showcase all that. Because, you know, the special, all that was done fairly well.
Yeah.
The makeup, too, for both Slim and Grandpa were great. All the stop motion, all that was done fairly well, you know, for back then. And
yeah, they actually put some effort into it, and it still holds up, you know, pretty well looking today.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I like it.
I've definitely seen worse out of newer movies.
This is true. So that's a good plus about it too. Yeah,
it's a very well-made film.
Yeah, again, I'm not hating on it at all. It's just,
oh no, your criticisms
to me, it's
are
just
totally valid.
Just a little boring for me, but that's just me.
No, totally valid.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's about it for that. So go watch House 2.
Check it out, guys.
Yep. Shudder or Tubi, or go buy it, or we have it here.
Yep, it's available. It's out there.
Yes.
You can probably buy it at Walmart, honestly.
Well, true, but you want to buy it here and I'm Toys.
Yes, you do, because we have the better version of it. Let's see, we have the Arrow copy.
Oh my gosh! All right, well. Done with House 2.
All right.
You know what? We didn't even bring any new products to show or anything either. We were really bad this week.
No, we
didn't bring visuals or products. We were just like, just ready to go to talk about House 2.
No doubt. And I totally spaced it, being stuck in traffic and whatnot. I was just like, oh God.
Yeah, you were stuck in traffic, got here a little late. I got here a little late. Mm-hmm. So it was just like, ah.
Yep, it's a chaos day.
Oh, well, whatever.
So what else do you have wrote down over here?
Well, that's that. I wrote down just some movies that I am going to talk about on my live with Kristy.
All right.
Really quick. So for next week, we are going to talk about Scream 6 next week. It'll be me, Brian, and Philip. All three of us. Right. You didn't go watch it yet.
No, I have not.
That's why we're not talking about it.
No, that's fine. I have heard good things, though. I've heard a lot of, I guess without spoiling anything, it's different enough that people who don't really like the other ones might like it a little. I'll say I'm not huge on the franchise.
I guess it kind of is. I mean, it's set, you know, in New York and not Woodsboro. It's kind of different, but in my eyes, I still feel like they put a lot of the same elements that's in all the movies to make it
still
consistent.
Feels like a Scream movie.
Yeah.
But we get a new location setting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I thought was great.
Oh, good.
I do like Scream, but I'll talk about it more next week with Brian and
anything
Phil.
I'm asked is going to spoil it for everybody.
Yeah, and when we do talk about it next week, we will have spoilers too, just so you know. I feel like 2 weeks have gone by, so now, it's time to kind of talk about some stuff.
Up.
Because otherwise, because there's stuff I want to talk about that would spoil it for people. So, I have to kind of spoil it.
No, very understandable.
But I feel like next week we can do that and be okay with it. And we'll just put a thing on there, spoilers, if you have not watched it and don't want to listen.
Yeah.
But just so everybody knows right now, I did like it. I liked it better than 5.
You liked it better than Ends.
Anything is better than Ends. Anyway... We're not going to get on that subject. I don't want to get onward. So let's see what we got going on.
Well, we've got Alex coming tomorrow.
Well, it was yesterday.
Okay, yes. So by the time you guys watch it, it'll be yesterday.
Yes, but we will talk about it. Yeah,
more.
We will talk about it next week.
We'll get there.
But today is St. Patrick's Day, so we have a sale going on all day, 15% off in-store and online. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody.
St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Are you watching Maniac Cop? Remember last week we talked about Maniac Cop and we said it's a St. Patrick's Day movie, so watch that. And a lot of people did message and was like, oh, you know what? I didn't realize that, or I forgot,
Yeah.
It's another, I didn't realize, I didn't remember or realize House 2 actually is a Halloween movie. It really is. So, or Leprechaun. I like Leprechaun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are fun movies.
They're all fun at this point. And I like living in Vegas now. I like part 3 even more.
Because it's down on Fremont Street.
It's just hilarious to see him in front of the Golden Nugget.
Let's say, and that's old because it's pre-Canopy.
Yeah.
So
there's no Canopy there.
Yeah, it's like early 90s.
Yeah, it was early 90s. I can't remember when. Maybe what? 93.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe.
Because
I might be wrong though.
Honey, I Blew
94.
Up the Kid was right there at the same time, and they were down on Fremont Street without the canopy. I think they were building it, and the kid was like tearing it up or something. I can't remember. Okay. I'll probably get called out on that, so feel free.
But yeah, I like all the Leprechaun movies. Are those movies that you typically watch on St. Patrick's Day, like everybody else does?
I will. I will probably be here Friday, so we will be watching them all day long.
Oh yeah.
So along with
this is Friday.
Yes, that's right. I keep forgetting that we time travel.
This is an odd podcast. We do this on Wednesdays, but hey, it's Friday when y'all are watching us. Hey guys.
Sorry guys.
But yes, we have the Leprechaun movies on all day at the store and restaurant.
And a bunch of green balloons.
Yes.
That me and Brian have to blow up.
Yes.
Because Kristy likes balloons.
Yes, I like balloons, and I make them blow up balloons and have balloons in here for every holiday.
Because
and I'm going to get Easter ones too.
What about cookies?
What about cookies? Now everybody's going to want cookies.
But cookies are good.
Well, yeah, cookies are good.
But no, we try to keep it lively out there for you guys.
Yeah, for the
just something fun for
holidays.
The holiday.
And I'll do an Easter sale too.
Yes.
So, and then let's see. The only thing we really have coming up right now is Texas Frightmare in May. So we've got that coming up. We're going to be doing that.
That's a big show.
Yeah, it is a big show, and they've moved it to a convention center, so that's going to be nice.
Oh, nice. So you guys won't be so cramped up this time.
Right, yeah, we won't be cramped up. Hopefully all the issues that they've had in the past being at the other location will kind of work themselves out now that it's going to be at a convention center.
Yes.
So.
Well, good. It seems like it keeps growing every year that they're having it, so it's definitely a popular one.
Yeah.
So you want it to be in a place that, everybody's not trampled over each other.
It's so busy, and like people come from all over to go to Texas Frightmare. And then, we had just done Cult Classic, and a lot of the people at Cult Classic, they also go to Texas Frightmare too. So it's just fun. Well, we'll see you at Texas Frightmare. I swear to God, I think we all were saying that to each other like all weekend.
Well, it's really a family that jumps from each one.
Saying. Yeah, it's family.
So. No, and that's what makes horror so nice in general. Is the horror community? It's a lot like the heavy metal community. It's it looks like it might be terrible, but it's generally the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And say they're always super welcoming and, you know, very humble, and it's kind of crazy that, you know, I've not met anybody yet, even, you know, from a fan to an actor that isn't super humble and down to earth.
Yeah.
Say it's really a nice change from seeing, you know, the crazy TMZ stuff.
Crazy TMZ stuff.
Well, I mean, normal actors, they're always, you know, there's so much drama, but these guys just seem to they just go with it. They just enjoy life. They're happy that we're happy.
Yep.
You know, look at Felissa. She's just happy that we're happy, and it fuels each other.
She brings a lot of joy to every convention she does.
Absolutely.
She's fun.
Well, she's the woo girl.
Yeah. It was fun at Days of the Dead. She was across from David and Damien from Terrifier. And every now and then you can hear them just yell right back at each other. Just real quick. Like, just randomly. It was just fun. And she's just fun.
Nope, she's a very, very entertaining lady.
I love her.
Yes.
Let's see what else we got going on, and then we have Brett Wagner. He does the remake Leatherface from the remake movie,
the
2003 Kemper Kill. And he's been in tons of stuff though, tons of movies. He is going to be doing a signing here on April 1st. On April Fool's Day. So, and yes, and that's happening. It's not a joke. This one's going to be lunch with Leatherface. So it'll be from 12 to 2 at the restaurant, and then 2 to 4 here at the store. So that'll be fun to meet him.
Oh yeah.
He loves his fans. He'll talk, and he's humble too.
Oh, very cool.
I love him. So we're going to be doing that.
I've not got to meet him, so it'll be new to me to check this guy out. And yeah, I and
that's on a Saturday too, so
good.
Yeah.
Say, I actually enjoy those Texas Chainsaw remakes. I mean, I like
too.
R. Lee Ermey. They're just brutal. I mean,
they're very brutal, and they're brutal in the right way. They're done well.
Yes, they're dark, they're creepy, they're dirty. You get a little dingy feeling when you watch them.
I think so.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's teeth in the seat, you know. So you definitely get a feeling, and it's what it should do.
You get more of a feeling of the whole family and stuff too in those.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Texas Chainsaw remake I think is one of the best remakes. Mm-hmm. And not to override the original.
Yes,
but
it has its place.
But yeah, it's a really fantastic remake in my opinion.
Yes, it is. And it holds up well. I mean,
I think so.
Let's say it looks good, you know, as far as the filming and everything, and the acting is all great. Like I said, R. Lee Ermey is just, he gives that extra
I love
creepy
him.
Edge to it.
I love him in these movies. Everything he does is great. He was in Frighteners.
Oh, yeah, he was fantastic in Frighteners.
Of course, we all know him from Full Metal Jacket.
Absolutely. Say Sergeant Gunny.
Right. Which is why he can be, like, totally sadistic and an asshole in the Texas Chainsaw movies.
Oh, yeah, he was actually a drill sergeant, so he is full of... I think he's just off the cuff. Everything is just, you know, coming out of his head. There's no script for him. And
then the other movie they made, The Beginning, which is supposed to be before that one, was just as good in my opinion. Both of them were excellent. I don't ever really hear, this is great we're talking about this, because I don't ever really hear a lot of people talk about these two movies a whole lot. It's always original or part two.
Yeah.
A lot.
And those two definitely have their place. They're awesome movies. I mean, the original is always going to be a classic, and then part two is just this batshit crazy ride.
Right, it's comedy.
With Dennis Hopper and, Caroline Williams, and it's absolute madness.
Right.
And then you've got, what is it, the fourth one?
Well, you got third one, which is called Leatherface.
Yes, with Viggo Mortensen.
Yes, and I you know what? Now that we're talking about it, I happen to like all of these Texas Chainsaw movies except for the newest one that just came out. I wasn't a big fan of that
Netflix
one.
Version?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that, but I like all the other Texas.
Still haven't watched the Netflix version. I've watched the newer Leatherface quite a few times because they used to play it so much on Tubi when we would be watching it on the TVs.
That one's not too bad.
No, it's fine. It could be better, but some of the... I kind of get like at the end of it when he cuts off the sheriff's hands or whatever with the chainsaw. That it's kind of good, as far as the gore or whatever. But some of the story, you know, it's a roller coaster ride.
I thought it was interesting they called it Leatherface when Part 3 is also called Leatherface as well. So I was just like, okay.
Yeah, then, I don't know why it's so popular to do that with a movie now. Like, just come up with a title,
right?
And then
Part 4, you've got Matthew McConaughey and
Renee
Zellweger.
Yeah, one of their first movies.
Now, it is. And, okay, a lot of people shit on this movie.
Oh, it is crazy.
Love it.
It is a ride.
I love Part 4. And I think Matthew McConaughey is insane in this movie.
Absolutely.
He's really good in this movie.
Yeah, he plays the character fully.
I think so. I don't know. I love Part 4. I just do.
I remember watching it in high school and it just being one of the most outrageous things I'd ever seen. And it was before either one of them had really done anything. Right. So it was just like, wow, what is this?
Right.
That crazy leg contraption he's got going on. And yeah, it's a very entertaining movie.
It's no effing biggie. I love Part 4. And so many people hate it. But whatever. And then what was after that? Then you had the 3D, that one.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that one. That one doesn't bother me too much. It's okay. It's not too bad. The only one I don't really care for is just this newest one that just recently came out on Netflix. That's the only one I didn't care for. But I like most all the other movies in the series.
Yeah, they've been, they're popcorn movies at anything.
Yeah. But back to the remake in the beginning, though. Yeah. I mean, really, not a lot of people talk about those. And I want to know this. I really want to know this. If you don't like those, why? I want to know why.
Valid criticisms.
Because I really think that there is just an excellent remake.
Yeah.
It's so gory, like you want Leatherface to be. The acting's great. The actors,
imposing, huge guy.
Yeah, I mean everything is just fantastic about it. I think. So, I want to know, like, why would you not like that particular remake, or does everybody like it? I don't know.
I mean, because
no one ever talks about it.
You can still love the original.
Yeah.
And it too. There's no problem with enjoying both of them. They're definitely two different things.
I like it when both are good. Mm-hmm. The original and remake.
Well, and that's it. They're both iconic. There are kids today that are watching these new movies, or, they're kind of new to us.
Yeah. But
they're watching the newer ones and checking out the universe and then going back and watching the older ones and getting sucked in like that.
Right.
So I really have no problem with any of them, I guess. But yeah, some of them are just it's a mood thing. I think what kind of mood are you in?
Yeah,
what kind of Leatherface are you feeling today?
This is true. There's so many.
yes, and that's
funny.
I wonder. Andrew, it's Brzezinski, isn't it?
Yeah, something like
he's
that. Yes,
big old crazy guy.
Yeah,
I mean, I would love to meet him, but he's the kind of guy that would be a little terrifying to be around. I mean. He's huge, and he just seems like he would, I don't know, he just seems like the kind of guy that wouldn't have a problem yelling at you in public. And just, what can you do when a guy's that big and wants to yell at you in public? You just deal with it. But no, I've got friends that are friends with him and said he's a great guy.
He's a nice guy.
He's crazy as can be when he gets in the moods. He's wild.
And there you go.
But his acting for Leatherface was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, can't wait to have Brett Wagner here then, April 1st. So mark that down on your calendars for that. What else we got going on?
I'm not sure.
I think that's really about it, guys.
Yeah, it really is, because with the convention coming up, we haven't really planned any other signings that I know of.
No, not yet. I have to talk to you, Peter, about that, but we will plan some more.
Yeah.
And then we will be doing Midsummer Scream this summer too.
Okay,
for
cool.
a convention as well. I'm not sure what else we're signed up for. That's all I know as of right now.
So I'm low man on the poll, so I find out last of everybody.
Sometimes I find out last on things myself.
I know. Yeah.
And my name's on the contract. But it happens. All right, guys. Well, I think this is it. It's a short podcast this week. We're sorry about that.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah, go watch House 2.
Check it out. Enjoy the ride.
Check it out and tell us your thoughts on that. And then, like I said, if you don't like, since we were talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if you don't like the remake, I would love to know why you don't like the remake. That would be great.
Yeah, hit us up in the comment section.
Yeah. And like I said, next week, we will be talking about Scream 6. And there will be spoilers, so stay tuned for that. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.